All right, well, just lost power from a crazy storm that just decided to blow through here, and figured why not better time than to implement the EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra system. So came in here to the garage, moved some stuff out of the way, went to my main breaker panel. First and foremost and most important, turned off the main 200 amp right there, as well as in my secondary panel over here. So turn off grid side power, make sure that that is turned off. While it was in the off position, I had this, which is my generator interlock backfed, is also off. Went ahead and pulled out the battery, plugged it in here, plugged it in outside over here, which is to my generator inlet port. Turned it on, set it to AC power, and once that was turned on, went ahead and flipped my generator interlock to the on position, which energized this entire panel here. And you can see right now I'm currently pulling about 3,300 watts of power, and I've got 96% battery. So currently, with everything I'm using, I'm gonna be able to use this for about an hour and 43 minutes. Now, again, this is only with one battery here, so 6 kilowatt hours of storage, so it's pretty small. I do have another battery over here in one of these boxes down below. Actually, that's the smart home panel. Batteries right there to expand this to 12 kilowatt hours of storage. Just haven't installed that yet. And had this happened a week from now, this smart home panel would be installed right over there on the wall, where all of these appliances would have been moved into the smart home panel. The battery would be paired into the smart home panel, and so as soon as I lost power, everything in the smart home panel would have been instantly energized from the battery, and I wouldn't have even needed to come out here and plug things in and do all this. But if we go ahead and walk inside, you can see got lights on. Sarah's over here cooking. We're using our gas range here. A little bit of flicker there, so that was overloading the inverter. It's probably because air conditioning or something kicked on, and so the system automatically turned off for protection. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's set this off. And then let's go back out here, and we're gonna see that the battery is gonna be turned off. So this is no big deal. It's funny, this actually happened in real time. So we can see right here that everything's plugged in. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is hit AC again. You can see that the output is spiked up, right? So that means that things are pulling energy and running again inside. So this inverter can handle up to 7,200 watts there. So we obviously just had too many things trying to pull power at one given time. Best practice actually is that I would go through this panel right now and I would start turning things off that I really don't need. So, for example, I don't really need the room over the garage. I don't need, bedroom 2, 3rd floor. I don't need the upstairs furnace, the downstairs furnace, the dishwasher. I have 2 units here, right? So one is for upstairs and one is for downstairs. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn both of these off. Don't need the water heater at the moment. It'll be okay. Don't need the garage on, right? So doing all of this helps me maintain my load and control it. And now I'm only at 622 watts of energy draw. So if I come back inside, you can see that I've got power. Sarah's able to cook over here because this is all gas.
Oops.
Lights are turned on.
Burnt the tortilla.
Burnt tortilla. But what you'll notice is I've got power. Look at some of this storm stuff though. Like look at all these sticks that came down over here. Look at all this debris. But anyway, you'll notice that I have power because this light's turned on, where every other light up and down the street doesn't have it, but look at all this debris out here. Pretty crazy, but glad I have power. Okay, so quick update from that first video. Now that I've gone through and I've turned off a bunch of breakers here and we're really managing our load, I've got 94% on this battery, but you can see I have 8 hours and 37 minutes of runtime. And this is just with only one 6 kilowatt hour battery. So you can imagine, right, if I had 2, you could probably double that. 3, you would probably triple that, right? So now we're talking over 24 hours of sustained power with 3 batteries. So that's 18 kilowatt hours. I'm only pulling 611 watts. Now here's the best part of this too, is that with these appliances that are in here, yeah, I went ahead and I turned off my air conditioning units. It is a little bit warm, it's a little bit muggy, but at the end of the day, I can just go ahead and open up my open up my windows. I can turn fans on, right, and still be able to sleep pretty comfortably. And I'm only gonna be pulling, sub 800 watts in this type of instance. So great way to manage your load and make sure that you have sustainable power from a longer term perspective. And then of course, all I need to do is plug in the EcoFlow 400 watts portable solar panel to begin recharging this. Now it's obviously evening time, sun's going down. This could get me through the night if I manage my load properly. And then tomorrow morning, if I still didn't have power, plug that puppy in, let it recharge the battery, and I'm totally self-sufficient. Okay, so real quick recording of the EcoFlow app here. We can obviously see my Delta Pro Ultra unit. Now, there's 0 watts of input because I don't have any solar or any type of recharging currently taking place. But if we go over here to output, we can see that I'm currently pulling 784 watts. You have this real-time power graph down below. Now, if I were to click here, I've only been running this for a short period of time, so there's no data to show me for the day as to what's happening. But normally, if you were using this, for the whole day or a longer period of time, you'd see more information. If I go back here though, I can see exactly what port is being used. So right now I'm using the AC 30 amp port to pull this power. And it's at about 800 watts, a little bit less than 800 watts is being pulled. And then here any moment when we stop cooking and doing all of our evening time stuff inside, that load's gonna drop a lot less or a lot lower just because we won't be pulling as much power. Under the current load, you can see we've got 6 hours and 30 minutes of total runtime.